my Gemini friend. Welcome to your weekly tarot reading for February 7 to 13. I'm so happy to read for you today. If you're new to my channel, thanks for stopping by, and please subscribe and share. If you are returning, that's so wonderful to connect with your energy again. Now, let's begin. We're going to start here and see what messages we have for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to start by selecting the final guidance card for your reading, the highest guidance for Gemini for February 7 to the 13th. We're going to tuck that over there, and we will jump right into the tarot cards and see what messages we have for Gemini. All right. For Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What is at the crux of the week? Okay, we see the Nine of Wands, but in reverse. Love seeing that. Nine of Wands in reverse makes me feel like you're setting yourself free this week, Gemini, from something that was overwhelming you. And that just fell out without shuffling. From something, you're setting yourself free this week from something that was overwhelming you, Gemini. Let's see what was causing the challenge here to set yourself free. Ace of Rods coming in here as the challenge. So as you're setting yourself free, you might be noticing a challenge with that because something else wants to start. It almost feels like there is a passionate new beginning that is almost happening exactly as you are trying to break free from something. So very interesting. Let's see what's top of mind here for Gemini. What's top of mind for Gemini as they are sort of, it's too many cards, as they are freeing themselves from one thing and starting something else. What is top of mind here for Gemini? Seven of Swords, interesting. Seven of Swords is such an interesting card. So there is something around you that seems suspicious. It seems maybe unauthentic. Something around you, or perhaps your own intentions, are not in alignment. This is interesting. What's going on? Are you trying to convince yourself of something? Is someone trying to convince you of something? Are you trying to get away with something? Interesting. Maybe that's how you're trying to free yourself, is just by running. Just running. I'm out of here. What's at the base of this reading? What is driving this reading? Interesting. We'll take them. My deck just keeps wanting to give me multiple cards. The Tower, Five of Wands in reverse, and the Hangman in reverse almost makes me feel like, it's almost like you do want to get out of there. There's so many conflicts and egos and battles of egos going on here that you're sort of like, I'm out of here. I'm freeing myself of this. I'm on to something new. And as you do that, it's interesting. It's to see the Tower and the Hanged Man. I wonder, the Hanged Man's in reverse. So that makes me feel like there's a part of you that is taking control of something here. Right? There's a part of you that's deciding that it's like you're not even going to go through this. You've already seen what this is going to look like, and you're like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm not going to participate in this dynamic. This is really interesting, Gemini. What was the past energy leading up to this for Gemini? Past energy leading up to this. Four of Pentacles kind of came out sideways. Looks like it's in reverse. So this is interesting. It's almost like this is coming out of a time where you've decided that you're no longer going to look at things from a lack perspective. And as a result, you're not really interested in having a battle of egos with anyone else. And so it's almost like you're like, yep, go ahead, Tower, clear this out because I'm not interested. It's on the bottom. Magician in reverse. Yeah, like you're taking a lot of strong actions this week that feel like you're just done with something. You're tired of it defining you. You're tired of arguing about it. And you're sort of like, I don't need to be here for this. I'm out of here. And I really feel like you're moving past something this week and moving into a space where you're almost... Let's see here. What are you moving into? The Empress. Yeah, you're moving into a very nurturing, creative place. I feel like you're moving past something that just feels like it was trapping you. And it's almost like you realized the key was in your hand the whole time. And there it is. That you have the ability to not engage with something. And I feel like that's exactly what's happening. You're not engaging in a battle of egos here. Rather, you're just allowing it to go away. You're removing yourself. I feel like you're removing yourself from this situation that has got you feeling like trapped, but that the trap was an illusion, that you can easily set yourself free by literally walking away. Yeah, Gemini's walking away. And that's why the Hanged Man's in reverse. You're like, I'm just going to untie myself and walk away. I'm out of here. Yeah. What's the inner dialogue here for Gemini? Three of Wands. Yeah, you're envisioning something new. You're like, you know what? I don't need this to define me. I define me. I define me, and I don't define myself by this dynamic. I'm going to create something new. I'm going to nurture myself, and I'm going to really nurture my dreams and not really look at the world like it's all lack. It's almost like you've had it. You're done, and you're going to move on and do it the way you want to do it. Interesting. What's the outer expression of Gemini right now with respect to this? Four of Wands in reverse. So that's an interesting moment where the outer manifestation of yourself is sort of this feeling of a lack of inner peace. It's almost like the people around you are saying, you need to be more grateful, or you need to focus on your inner joy more, and you are looking outwardly right now. You're sort of, your inner dialogue is focused on what you want to achieve, your ambitions for the future. And it's almost like there's an energy around you saying, but what about what's happening right now? Why don't we pay attention to what's happening right now and actually be grateful for it? And not feel like we need to run from the now into the future. Interesting. There is a call for you to be present in the now, even though you don't want to engage in this conflict. I almost feel like there's something here that is kind of pulling at your attention, saying, don't hightail it and run from this. There's actually something in the now for you to be grateful for. And you might not be acknowledging it. Interesting to see the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Wands in reverse. Wow, that's interesting. What is the hope and fear around this dynamic for Gemini? Three of Pentacles. Again, you are really focused on building something new, something authentic, something that you're creating through the collaborations that you choose. And how you want to see it accomplished. And it's interesting because what's on the bottom? Yeah, the Devil in reverse is on the bottom of the deck. You're really being called to question yourself a little bit here, Gemini. I kind of feel like this reading is pointing towards you doing a more thorough investigation of what's motivating you. What is motivating you, Gemini? Because I can sense that you want to get the heck out of here right now. But why? What is lighting this under you, right? Like, what is creating this need to run? You want to just get on with your new path. You are so ready to start over. You're so done with something, Gemini. Man, you're over it. Are you ever over it? And there's the Magician in reverse again on the bottom of the deck. I think you need to slow down a little. I feel like you need to slow your roll here because you are going to be beginning a new chapter. That's happening. And there's no reason to rush it. It's almost like you're not satisfied with the time this is taking. And you're so over the vibe that this scenario has that you're like, I'll just start my own thing now by myself, Empress, right? Like, I almost feel like Spirit is trying to get you to slow down. To slow down and really consider what it is that, like, you've made your choice. You've made your choice. And it's interesting. It almost feels like you need to understand your choice now. You've already made the choice. And now it's like you need to understand it more, right? Let's clarify this. Let's see what clarifies the center of our reading here. 9 of Wands with the Ace of Wands, 2 cards. King of Cups, 6 of Cups in reverse. Interesting. So again, the King of Cups in reverse always makes me feel like there's something in the present that may be triggering you. And as a result, I feel like you just want to get away from it. You're triggered. Something's really triggering you. And it's something emotional from the past. Could be inner child triggers. It's like you just want to set yourself free from this situation now. And King of Cups in reverse makes me feel like it's challenging for you to not be triggered by this. Something from your past is really triggering you and you're like, I'm just going to set myself free from this. I'm out of here. There's a trigger though. It's really triggering you. But it's triggering you to run. You just want to get out of here. You don't want to process this. You just want to run. 7 of Swords. Yeah. See, Temperance in reverse and the 9 of Swords in reverse. You're done thinking about this. You're done processing it. You're done thinking it. In your mind, you're like, I'm just going to run. I'm not going to stick around for this anymore. And then the Temperance card in reverse is almost sort of trying to encourage you to be patient. And again, to not be in such a rush to end this or get away from this, because I feel like there's something here for you to trust the timing of this, because maybe there's more to this situation that you need to know about. Let's clarify this. Ace of Swords and 6 of Pentacles, both in reverse. Yeah, there's definitely something to look at more carefully here and to consider whether or not there's true balance here before you step away. There is a lot of conflict of egos around you, and it's challenging you to want to stay put. The Tower is coming in here to clear out anything that's false, and yet you're still wanting to get out of here as soon as possible. I feel like you're really triggered by this. That 6 of Pentacles is making me think that you need to look at what your role is and what was your responsibility, what was your role. That's why you're being encouraged to slow down. Yeah, and that 8 of Cups in reverse in the past, it's almost like at first there was a resistance to going into something unfamiliar, but then I almost feel like you turned it around somehow. Empress. Yeah, now you're at a crossroads, but you're really wanting to go your own way and do something more nurturing, more creative, something that resonates for you. But there's something about moving away into the unfamiliar. Perhaps that's what this is all about. Perhaps you realized that in order to free yourself, you needed to sever or cut a cord to something from the past. And maybe there's still something to take away from that. 3 of Wands, we're seeing the Knight of Swords in reverse. Yeah, you're really being encouraged to slow down and reflect on this more. Don't rush into this future just yet. Slow down and absorb this. Recover from this first. And then you will be able to have more gratitude for the experience. There's still something for you to learn from this. There's still something here for you to learn from this, Gemini. Don't let your trigger make you run away prematurely, right? Something is triggering you to run. And it's interesting. We see on the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, we see the kind of these 3 cards actually. The Page of Wands in reverse with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse and the Hierophant. That's really intriguing. That makes me feel like you're really being called to look at how you're taking care of yourself and what you're doing intuitively to understand this situation. It's almost like it's almost like there's some guidance here for you to reach out, to talk to someone about this before you start running, because I feel like you're in the process of running away from this. You're not actually recovering from something. You're running. And that wasn't the point of this. The point of this isn't to cause you to run. It's almost to cause you to stand still and to look at things, to see what's going on around you. Don't deceive yourself into thinking that this fight isn't worth your attention. There's something triggering you to run away from this. And I feel like that's false. I feel like in order to start your new beginning, there is something here for you to look at. In order to start your new beginning, you have to address these falsehoods. You have to address these illusions before you move on. Isn't that interesting? You really are being called to address these things until you... And there's the Fool on the bottom of the deck. In order to have your new beginning, you gotta close this loop. You gotta close this loop fully. And if you are feeling like you need to sort of reach out to someone because you're sort of keeping yourself closed off maybe. And so maybe you need to sort of look at this from a different perspective, one that is more spiritual in nature. And to really have a look at this before you just up and run. You're being triggered to run. Let's see what your oracle card said. Wellness. Yeah, the recovery of health and wellness is here. You need to recover before you up and run, my friend. There's something for you to recover from. You need to look after your own wellness here. I feel like whatever's triggering you is triggering you to move too quickly into the future, and you could be missing something that will aid your recovery of this scenario. There's something here for you to consider before you move on. Escape is, I think, a trigger. That's a defense mechanism. That's your ego saying, I don't want to face this. I don't want to face this. But you must. It seems like you must. It's a very interesting reading, Gemini. I think I'm going to leave it at that. If you would like a personal reading, check out my website, blueroseenergyhealing.com. I have placed the link in the description below. And thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to share this video. And we'll see you all again very soon for another reading. Sending you so much love and light, my friends. Have a very good week. Leave me some comments in down below if this has resonated. I'm very curious about this reading for you, Gemini. Have a wonderful week, my friends.